And we are back, and now we will show you how to make piftie, or the pork gelatin. I have the pork feet here that we bought from the butchery in Munster, and they are nice and clean, so we don't have to do anything else with them. And I will just put them in my 16-quart Salad Master cookware, which we just bought for Christmas. Stephen bought it for me, and I am so happy. Thank you, Stephen.
You're welcome.
So I have some cuts of meat. This is so good. See, it's pork tenderloin, and they will boil together. And I will start by adding 4 cups of water, but I have to cover the whole meat, and then I will add probably 2 or 3 tablespoons of salt, and after a while I will taste it, because this will be the soup, this will be the base for piftie, for the gelatin. After 45 minutes I will add the vegetables, and I put a whole onion, and I have here 3 carrots and half of bell pepper. If I would have had some celery, I would have put some celery. Just make it very tasty. The reason we are adding the salt from the beginning is because while the meat is boiling, it will bring up to the surface that foam. So we will take the I forgot how it's called.
Ladle?
It's not a ladle, it's the tablespoon with holes, and we are calling it spumar in Romanian, and just gather it, throw it away, and in this way we'll have a clear soup, because this is what you want. You want a clear soup. And like I said, after 45 minutes we will add the vegetables, and they will just boil together. When the meat is ready, and it will probably have to boil, I'm thinking at least 2 hours, we will just try it and see. When it's just falling apart, then we will take it off the fire, of the heat, and then we will remove the meat, we'll take it out, and then we will, in the meantime, we will clean the garlic cloves. I don't know, at least a head, a big head, if not 2, depending on how garlicky you want your gelatin. But it has to be with a lot of garlic. So we will smash it, we'll put it in a strainer, and then we'll start straining from one pot to the other the soup, just the soup. In this way it will take the garlic taste, and it will become exactly how we want it. If it's not salty enough, you can just put a little bit of more salt. If you want to make it right from the beginning, while it's boiling, you can just taste it and put a little bit more salt and make it right from the beginning. You can put a little bit of pepper, but this doesn't need a lot of spices. We want the taste from the vegetables. So we will be back when we will have this filled out and put it on the stove, and we'll be right back. Now we put the liquid. I put 7 liters or 7 4 cups measurements, 28 cups. And like I was telling you before, depends on how much liquid you want, how much piftie, how much soup you want to have. But because it will be boiling, it will just go down, so you want to have plenty, you want to have enough to put in different clear bowls, bigger, smaller, and I will show you exactly how to pull the meat apart and set everything in the bowl. We can keep some of the carrots and some olives and put them at the bottom of the bowl just for decorations, because the gelatin will come out, so you can take the bowl and flip it when you're bringing it at the table, and the decoration will be on top, and it will be a nice addition. Okay, Stephen, please. It's too heavy for me.
Okay. This is a big pot. So here we go. Okay, and you want to wrap this up, right?
Yes, you can cover it with the lid, and then
Big
after 45 minutes from the time
Big lid.
it will start clicking. We'll set the timer, and then, you know, I will have to look. I will have to break the seal. There's no other way around it, and so I can take the foam out. Like I was telling you, I want a clear soup, so that's the only way. Just gathering the foam until it's all gone and it's not coming up to the surface. And that's probably the time when you want to add your vegetables, because you don't have to disturb anything. You don't have to take the foam out anymore. And then you can leave it there for, depending on how much meat you have, you can leave it for another hour and a half, 2 hours, even 3 hours. When the cooks, the women in Romania are making piftie, usually they will make a big quantity. They will have a lot of meat, so it has to stay there and boil for many hours until the meat is falling off the bone from the feet and it's falling apart, so you can actually shred it and put it in the bowls that you have prepared. So we'll just wait until this is clicking. I will show you how to take the foam out, and then we will let it boil again until the foam is not coming to the surface anymore, and that will be the time when I will add my vegetables and let it boil on the stove for probably at least an hour and a half. Okay? I'll be back. Now the foam is at the surface, so we will start gathering it and take it out, so our soup will be clear, and we will continue to do that until it's not coming up to the surface anymore. And then that will be the time when we can actually add our vegetables to the soup and let them boil together. And you can just go all around the pot like that. So you will make sure that you are taking out as much as you can. Okay, we will continue to do this, and then we'll show you when we are putting the vegetables in. Now our soup started to be clear. See how nice it looks? So now it's the time for us to just dump the vegetables, so our soup will have a better taste from the vegetables. And if we want to keep the carrots for decorating, then I don't know, keep an eye on them 20-30 minutes. When you think that they are done, just take them out, put them aside on a plate, let them cool down, and you will just use them for decorations. And let the meat boil for, like I said, probably starting from this point 2 more hours, because it has to fall off the bone and be able to be shredded, and the soup has to go down. Okay? We will be back to show you that. We ended up by boiling the gelatin for 1 more hour, so we had almost 3 hours total. And this is what we want to do. We are not eating the feet, so I am just going to take them out and throw them away. We don't have dogs, so we will just throw them away. And look at this meat. Oh my God.
Looks good.
Yep. And we'll just have to go through this and see exactly what can we take out. But I needed the gelatin. That was the purpose. But it smells pretty good.
Mm-hmm. So what are you going to do with those vegetables that are remaining in?
I am going to throw them away.
Okay. Because it's the broth that you need, right?
Yes.
And since it was a high temperature, all the vitamins and the minerals are in the broth anyway, and
Yes.
that's just
And after
dead vegetables.
Yes. And after 30 minutes, I kept some carrots, but I can save these also for decorations.
Okay. And then we're going to start straining this, right?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to come over here to do that.
Okay.
Put this.
Okay.
So we're going to bring this over here to strain them.
Yes. And just
Oh, that's not too bad.
it's not
Thought
too
it'd be a
bad.
lot heavier. Want to move Nicholas out of the way? There we go. I'm going to splash in with this. So here it goes.
Yeah, just pour it very slowly.
Okay. Over the garlic, right?
Yes, over the garlic. All the way. All the way.
Okay.
Okay, and I think we can use, we'll just use this one.
Okay. Great.
So we have to keep doing this until our broth will smell very garlicky, very garlicky. So like I said, probably 10 times, so this is the second time. The third time.
They say
And-
third time's a charm.
And so forth and so on. So when we will be ready with straining this soup, we will be back to show you how to put piftia in the bowls. We are done straining, and this is how it looks like. It smells very good, very garlicky, and I will not flip it over because I need it in my bowl and not on the floor. We made some decorations here, and I will try to start pouring the liquid very easily, and we can just put them back. They will not stay, but you can try. Just try to put them back later. Just be there at the bottom. Like I said, it's not easy to to decorate. And you don't have to do it. You really don't. But I'm going to fill up the bowl, and then I will dump my meat and continue with the rest of the bowls that we have. And you can just let them float like that. They will be caught in the gelatin and they will look pretty good. See, the olives are floating. The carrot is still there at the bottom, just because it's heavier. And now we pull the meat apart. Look at this meat. And be generous. All this meat is yours to eat. So this is one. And then I can continue with the rest of the bowls. Until I'm done with my soup. I will continue putting the meat in it. And then you stick this in the refrigerator and let them stay there for at least 24 hours. And the gelatin from the broth will solidify, and this is why it's called pork gelatin, or like we are calling it in Romanian, Piftie. So I hope you will give it a try and you will let us know what do you think and how did it come out. Okay, so enjoy it and have a Merry Christmas, Crăciun fericit, how we are saying in Romanian. Happy New Year, and I hope that you will try at least one of our traditional dishes that we showed, and let us know. We will love to hear from you. What do you think? How did they come out? If you would change something. And then in the next few days we will show you some baked goodies. I'm going to make a tiramisu. I am going to make a sweetbread from the fathead dough, because on the keto diet that's all that I can have, and I will show you how to make those, and I hope you will join us. Till then, poftă bună, la revedere, and Happy New Year! Bye-bye! Our piftie, or pork gelatin, is ready, and I would like to show you how does it look like. See, it's very gelatinous, because this is why we are calling it pork gelatin, and you can see through my bowl how clear this is, and I'll just show you how to put it on the table. Here it is. It smells so good. If you love garlic, you will love this one. So it's full of meat and not too much gelatin, and you can just eat it together with the gelatin. This is the purpose. You know, like a pork jelly, if you wanna call it like that. This is traditional for Christmas and New Year celebration, and Romanian tradition. This is a Romanian custom. And I'm quite sure we are not the only, I know for sure that the Russians have the same dish. And you can use, if you don't eat pork, you can use whatever type of meat you want. But you just have to make sure that you have enough gelatin to keep it together. So when I used to make it from chicken, with chicken meat, you can do it with turkey, you can do it with beef, but pork is the best in my opinion. But if you don't have the pork legs, if you don't have that gelatin that's coming out that we showed you by boiling the pork feet, then you have to make sure that you're putting enough gelatin. And I don't know the quantities, I don't know what quantities to give you, because it depends on how much liquid you have. And I have to confess that a few years ago, when I made chicken gelatin or chicken jelly, I didn't have enough gelatin from the beginning, so I had to pour it back. Oh, it was a mess. I had to pour it back in my pot, warm it up a little bit, and then put more gelatin, more packages of gelatin, and keep trying till it was becoming thick. So in my opinion, if you don't want headaches, the best way to do it is make it with pork. And it's very important, go to your butcher, the butchery, ask the butcher and see if you can get some pork feet. If not, the butcher, the German butchery in Munster, it's the best place to go. They have it frozen anytime and you can buy it. If you remember, I put 2 pig feet and that was enough for what I have here. I've got 4 of these small bowls and a big bowl, and it's plenty for everybody, for the guests, for Stephen and myself. We'll have it for a while. So I hope you will make it, I hope you will enjoy it, and if you will, please let us know. We would love to hear from you. Go on the Facebook page, Kitchen Corner Healthy Cooking, and the YouTube channel, like our page, and let us know what do you think, if you did something different, if you have some suggestions. We would love to hear from you. Until next time, Happy New Year! Poftiți la masă, or come to the table, poftă bună, which means enjoy your food, and la revedere! We wish you a Happy New Year. Bye!